Disclaimer: this video is not a tutorial or a how-to. Neither myself nor any other TA should tell you exactly how to complete the homework problem. Our job is to answer questions you have about the material and explain concepts, not give you the answers to the homework problems. This is for your benefit as it will force you to learn the material better, and as a result, you will do better on your exams. This video will give you information on where you can find the resources to help complete the homework. If you still have questions after watching this video, please go to the TA lab and a TA will be glad to help. It is my goal to answer your questions so I can save you a trip to the TA lab. First, let's start off by creating a new worksheet. Open up Excel if you haven't already, and select the blank worksheet option. Hit Ctrl or Command S to save the worksheet as a .xlsm file. First, I'm going to name it something descriptive. Navigation homework is a good name, but feel free to name it something else if you prefer. Next, I want all of my homework to be organized. I have already created a folder for this class, so I'm going to select More Options down here in the bottom left. There's a similar process for Mac. I set up OneDrive so I can store all of my files in the cloud. If you don't already know, you can download OneDrive through BYU and get 1.5 terabytes of storage completely free if you sign in using your BYU credentials. I cannot show you how to do that in this video. Regardless, I recommend that you store your homework for this class in the cloud and in the same folder for ease of access in case something happens to your computer. It also makes it easier to find your homework for when you need to quickly reference it on exams. Next, I'm going to find the folder that I set up. It will be in a different location for you. Once you find your folder, select this drop-down menu and select Excel Macro Enabled Workbook .xlsm. Finally, hit Save. The first instruction tells you to write code and not just record a macro. Next, you will want to make A1 the active cell. You can learn more about activating a cell in Chapter 11.4, Navigation within Worksheets in VBA. This will be helpful for this portion. If you still have questions, then you can watch several of the video tutorials in Chapter 11.1. Next, you will offset 3 rows and 2 columns and activate that cell. Remember that rows go horizontally up and down like this, and columns go up and down from left to right like this. A trick to remember is that a Greek column goes up and down to hold up a building. The next instruction is to set the value of this cell that you found through offsetting to the value of your first name. Now you want to offset 3 more rows and -2 columns and make that the newest active cell. Once again, make sure to read and understand section 11.4 to understand what a positive or negative value does when you offset. Next, you will set that active cell to the value of your last name. The next instruction that you will perform is to make the cell furthest up from the current active cell the new active cell. You will want to use .end. You can find .end in Chapter 11.4 about a quarter of the way down the page. Now you will set the value of this active cell equal to your professor's name. Next, activate Sheet 2. In case you don't know, you can create a new sheet by hitting this plus in the lower left of your workbook. The instructions for activating a new sheet will also be found in Chapter 11.4 near the bottom. Next, make A1 of the new sheet the active cell and set that equal to your current or desired major. Lastly, you want to make all of this code run in a single subroutine that is triggered by a button somewhere on the first worksheet page. You can learn how to assign a macro to a button in Chapter 11.2, and the video you will want to watch is called VBA Conditional Practice Hotel. It is in the last half of that video.